Hi my dear readers, this is Simona Rich. Finally, I'm able to talk about what's been happening in my life because it has manifested. I purchased a farm, and I will now tell you why. What is the reason I did that? So basically, you probably know, if you've been following me for some time, that I was planning to purchase either a house or to make a house extension depending on the amount I would get from the inheritance of my father. It's the property both of my mother and father that got sold, and we inherited the money, me, my brother, and also my mom after the death of my father. And I was planning to actually build a house on this land where I'm currently at. But because of coronavirus, house materials, building materials have risen so much. It's incredible, double or triple the amount. And because of this, building new houses is just unaffordable. I would get, for the amount that I inherited, a tiny house built or a tiny extension to my home, and it's just not worth the money. So I was thinking what to do. There were obstacles and after obstacles when I planned to have a new house built on this property. And then I thought I need to back off and just pray about it. So I stayed in silence, I meditated, and then very soon I kind of got an idea that instead of building a house on this current land, I should just find an existing house and buy it together with land, and then I can sell this one and move to that place. So I then started searching, and that is the right thing to do, because now it's much cheaper to buy even big already built houses than to build a new house. So I was searching intensely for the right house for me, and by God's grace I found the most amazing property. It's 1.4 hectares farm. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe additional houses. So it's a house for animals, for hay, another like a beautiful old wooden house which can be like a guest house, a house for guests. And then there is a house for cooking, a toilet, outside toilet. I think that's all the houses that I listed. And then the house that is living house is 87 square meters. So it's a big proper house, not like a very big house, but it's a house for the family, and I'm buying it on my own. It's a wooden house. I checked some brick houses and I just don't get the same feeling as in a wooden house. Wooden houses, they have such a feeling of comfort and relaxation and happiness. So I decided to buy a wooden house, although I had an opportunity to buy a brick house, and it's because I need to feel right in that house, and this house feels just perfect. Of course it needs a lot of work. I will now get a bathroom installed and shower installed. I need to make drainage system, local drainage system and everything. So now I'm talking with a company that can do it, but slowly I will be able to renovate that house, because the structure is firm, foundation is good, structure is firm. So all I need is just interior decorating, and then to have like bathroom and shower inside. But people used to live without these conveniences, and now I have an outhouse also, and I'm fine. But when it comes to winter time, it's just unhappy, you know. It's miserable to go to the bathroom when it's freezing cold outside. So, and my mom also said the first thing you should do is just to install bathroom and shower, and I agreed with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I am so happy that I got that house. It's the what I paid for it is just wow, it's worth so much more. But if you really search, maybe some people want to sell it fast. If you have cash, they will accept your offer. So in these times, maybe you also can get good deals. So I'm going to show you the house, and then I will tell about selling of my land. And even if you're actually interested in that, maybe you should wait till the end of this video so that I discuss that. And also I will discuss about another house if it's still not sold, because I viewed that other brick house and it had the bathroom, shower installed, or like the bathroom, not shower, that bathtub, and it needs a lot of work in renewing it, but this foundation is strong, the structure of the house is, that house is properly built. So that is something that you may also be interested in. So I'm going to, if it's not sold, I need to talk to that lady, then I'm going to talk about that house also. So here you can see that bigger house is for animals and you can keep hay. Then on the right, I forgot what that was. That's for keeping logs for burning wood. This structure, it used to be some kind of house, but maybe it was burned or something. So this can serve as a kind of open place for drinking and eating. When it's summertime, I just need to put some kind of roof over it. And the one that is existing building with the chimney, as you can see, this is actually an outside kitchen. Here you can see a log structure that used to be used for lifting water out of the well, and there is a small well, if you can see, near the bush. Here you can see that the view is right open into the fields, and behind those fields there is a forest. It's just such a beautiful and peaceful view. And I'm going the other side now. And here you can see the full length of that big building where I can keep animals, hay, and also other things to work with, some kind of tools. There is also a toilet there. Another building, adjacent building, and this tree needs to be cut, it's dry. And this is the car of my real estate agent, not mine. I don't drive anything, I just have a bicycle. And this is the house, you can see the yellow house. Unfortunately I took very small video of it, but you can see that is a proper beautiful house. There's the roof structure is still solid, and the floors are solid. There is no cracking sound, so it means the foundation is good, and windows are in good condition. It just needs to be repainted, and I want to keep those windows because they're old style and I like that. And here you can see a beautiful alleyway, which I love. This is one of my favorite things about this whole property. It's just so beautiful. It's lined with very tall trees, and the name of those trees are linden trees. They are called in English linden trees, and it's just such long and beautiful way, and it belongs to me, which means that it's a private. I don't need to face the street because there is a private way to my house. So it means I'm away from all the other houses, and it's just so peaceful. The land is big, so I don't see any neighbors unless I go really out of my house into the field. Then I can see other buildings. I didn't show the whole property. It's bigger than what I show, but I show like it's quite a lot of it, you can see. So I actually didn't include in this video the guest house, like a small, very old styled hut, and I can renew it and make it like into a guest house.
And now I will show you what's inside the house. I didn't take proper videos again because I was just filming it to show to my mom. But yeah, you can see there, that's the entryway. The corridor is actually bigger than it looks. It's my camera that doesn't really show the right size. But here we're going into the kitchen. There is also, behind the yellow curtains, the stairs, the ladder into the second floor, which I can make actually into another floor. It's the attic, and it's a very spacious attic, so I can definitely make something. And so this is a spacious kitchen. Here you can see traditional place to cook food. There you put wood there, and it's connected to a chimney. There are two chimneys in this house, and one is connected to a bread oven, a traditional bread oven, but it's covered here in this video with yellow curtains, so you can't see it, but actually I can bake traditional bread here. And here I will make like a sink here in this corner, and I'm just showing what I see on the view from the window. This is the small room that's probably going to be dedicated to a shower and a toilet, because it's in the corner and it's easy to make a drainage place outside there. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then this is maybe going to be like a living room because it's a big one. And then here is another door, actually you can enter through that way also. And here is another big room. This could be like my room where I sleep and work. I'm not sure yet, but it could be that I can make this into my room. Finally, I will have some kind of big room for myself, because I lived in this small place for a long time now, for a few months, so it will be a big change. And you can see that there is like a place that brown color tiled structure, which is actually a heater, so it kind of receives the fumes, I guess, of the burning logs, and it heats it up. So that's how in the past people used to heat their homes. And now I'm going to another room, and this is a small room. It's actually, oh, I didn't actually show you, there is a room behind this room also, so I'm going to keep that. Is a small room, but it has enough space. It has a bed, it has like wardrobe. So if I have people who work here for free, this is going to be a place for that person to stay. And also it's possible to make a place for other rooms upstairs. So that's where I'm going to make a room for just people who either stay and work for free, because I do need help with this land because it's a big one. So I'm going to invite people to work in exchange for food and shelter. Or I may actually also have people staying who pay little, because obviously this place needs work, but who want to stay in nature and who can pay on a monthly basis. Then ideally I would like to have one person who works with me and another person who can pay and stay just to relax. And there is going to be beautiful places to visit with bicycles. Now I have 2 bicycles, so I can join. So anyway, I'm going to talk about this later. So I showed everything now. That house goes round. You can see, like, you walk round, and the structure, that there's like a chimney structure, so you go round that structure that heats the house. This is the traditional way of living. This is kind of the traditional structure of Lithuanian houses.
So now I should tell that I'm going to sell my land because I need the money for a renovation of that house, and it's just too far for me, so I can't keep this land. So I'm going to sell it for very little money compared to what it's worth, because I really need to sell it as fast as I can, because I need the money to renew that other house. So if you're interested in this property, let me know. I'm going to sell it for 10,000 euros. So 10,000 euros for my property. If anyone is interested, if anyone is from Lithuania or thinking in investing, then do get in touch with me. And the good thing about this property is that it's safe, yet it's private. It's near the forest, it's not near the main driveway, so it's totally quiet, except for sometimes people listening to music, which happens because of this particular place. In Lithuania, places where people go to nature in summertime, sometimes they like to listen to music, so sometimes that happens in this property. I need to tell you this. And because of this tiny house, it's not like thick walls. I insulated, but the walls are not thick, so you will hear if someone is listening to the music. And fortunately, it's only summertime and it doesn't happen on a daily basis, but once in a week you probably will hear some kind of music for an hour or two or something like this. So this is one disadvantage of living here, is that sometimes you hear the music. But the advantages is that neighbors are living nearby. They are not nosy neighbors, you know. They are not interested in your life. They are doing their own thing, so you feel like it's totally private. And the area is fenced. It has many trees around, so you feel kind of alone. You feel private, that it's a private place. And there are 3 families living nearby. Not families, they don't have children, but there are like families of grown-up people living around, so it's a safe area. I'm, as a single female, always felt very safe. All my belongings, even an electric bike, except for the battery because it's not good to keep it outside, but I keep many of my things outside of the house and nobody ever comes. It's totally safe. I left this place for 6 months or something like that. When I traveled in India, I came back, nothing is touched, just cats sometimes pass my land, and that's all. So it's a safe place. Neighbors are nearby, but you feel private. It's located in a place where it's away from the traffic, so you don't hear any traffic noise, anything. You just hear bird songs, because it's not right next to the forest, but it's one neighbor away from the forest. So, and the neighbors around are very nice. They are kind people, normal families, nothing to do with some kind of antisocial people. So this is a very good place to live, but the house is very small. So as a summertime house is very good, or if you know how to build your own house, you can build an extension, and then you should get the drainage done. It's not that expensive to do it here in Lithuania, and then you can live comfortably in this place for sure. But if you don't know how to build, if you don't have that skill, then I don't think you would be able to build a house here because of the prices now. So it's best to buy then a bigger house already. And if you know how to build, then you can just build an extension, and yeah, you can get this place very cheaply. As I said, 10,000 euros I'm going to sell it for. And that's it about my house. I think I mentioned everything. Well, if you don't know, it has a well also, so you don't need to buy water. Water quality is excellent. It's very tasty water, and it's unpolluted. I had it tested. The soil is very good because the previous owners got more soil imported and placed on this land, so that it lifted the whole land, and anything that you plant grows. You just need to, of course, if you grow organically, protect it from bugs, like there are mole crickets here, so I just put that earth, diatomaceous earth if I pronounce it right, and then they disappear, but then you have to again put it the next year, as I was told by the neighbor. But you need to put quite a lot if you want all of them to disappear, because I've seen some of them, but just few of them. So yeah, you will need to protect, of course, your vegetables from bugs and worms, slugs, if you will grow it organically. But really everything here grows. You've probably seen my pictures, and I'm growing it the first time properly, growing my veggies the first time this time. I tried it before, but it was like a test grow and I didn't look after it, and I left. But now I grew it properly and everything grows. So I think I told everything about my property. And now the other property that I looked at, it's also not expensive. I forgot the amount that it's selling for, but I will put it somewhere here in this video. I forgot it. And as I said, it's a brick house. It's very well made. It has already drainage done. It has like an old bathtub, and I think it has an old toilet. So it's a small house suitable for one person, maybe even two. You will need to put a lot of work to make it look beautiful, but the most important thing is that the structure is good. The house is already there, foundation is good, structure is good. The builder actually lived there, so he built the house, and he was a builder, so of course he will build it the right way. It has proper ventilation, which in most cases now brick houses do not have that proper ventilation. So that house is good, but the reason I didn't buy it, it just didn't feel like it's mine. As I said, I feel best in wooden houses, and my house is log house, the one that I bought now. But that house just didn't feel right for me. It has a strange soil. According to that lady that I was inquiring from, the soil is really good, but it just has those kinds of strange grasses growing. I didn't like the way that it looked, but she says that actually everything grows there, and it has that place is located in a place where the community is very strong, so people look after each other. So the neighbors are nearby. For me, those neighbors were just too close because the house is not fenced. There are no trees growing, like many trees growing where it just forms like a fence and you feel private. No, that house doesn't have that, so neighbors will see you. And for me, this is a big minus because I like privacy. I just love privacy. I do not want neighbors seeing whether I'm at home or not. But that house is good for people who look for security. For example, yeah, single females who would prefer living in a community, because that community is very strong. So it's very likely that if you want to travel somewhere, you can just tell them to look after the house and they will look. And if there is some kind of strange person walking around, probably they will report it to the police. So for that reason, this house is good for people who don't mind being in a busy neighborhood, not busy neighborhood, but living near neighbors and who are very social. So that house is perfect for such kinds of people. That's why I decided to just let you know that this kind of property exists, and it's going for it's very affordable. So that's why I want to mention it, because I know that many people actually now want to buy properties but they can't afford it. So maybe someone would be interested in that.
I also forgot to mention that if anyone needs real estate agent in Lithuania, but I'm not sure if she speaks English. I think she does actually. There's a really good lady that helped to sell our parents' property, and I'm going to leave her name and number in this video.
So in this video, that's all I wanted to share with you, but I have more things to share with you about what I'm planning to do with that property, and that's about inviting people to stay there. And it's going to be either free stay in exchange for work, or it's going to be very low priced stay if you want to just stay in nature. So about that I'm going to make another video. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Take care.